Hi. Motivation. The Otter's Dictionary for Idiots defines this as the ability or want to do F all to accomplish your goals and or fulfill your responsibilities. Can you guess what I'm lacking right now? But seriously, like, other than like trying to turn this problem into a little skit for humor, because what the flip else do we have anymore? Like, it's a serious thing. It's something I'm struggling with a lot, honestly, if you couldn't tell. Like, life has never been easy for anyone. Well, a few, if you have the big cha-chings, but if you don't, F you. Like, I feel like, especially now, like, in my position, I'm really struggling. I'm struggling. I feel like I have more to do than ever before, and no way to do it. Like, what I have to do, like what I'm able to do, it's very mentally taxing on me. They're important things, but there's very little fun, and they all seem to have their own individual things, like in price tags. Like my son's school, for instance, trying to keep a 5-year-old focused on a computer screen when he really has not had any association with children because he's been trapped here. Like, he can see like the other kids on screen and their parents aren't watching them, so they're like doing backflips and barrel rolls on their couches and they're not being supervised. Well, a few of them are, but it's so hard to keep him focused on what the teacher's saying. And he's always struggled with memory. He's always struggled with like concentration. So that takes up such a big chunk of my day, just trying my hardest to get him focused in on learning. And like, I know it's so important because like I never went to school. I was kept here. I was kept home. At first, it was the school wouldn't take me because I was, and I quote, too intelligent and would make their school system look bad. I'm not even kidding. Welcome to my school district. But like, as it developed and as time went on, my social anxiety and my depression escalated at a very young age, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go out. Like here, my dad got hurt. He got shot in the foot with a nail and got a bone infection that almost killed him. So my mother was quite busy, and she has a big problem with children being upset. So if I was upset and I got upset about schoolwork, I wasn't pushed. Guess how that ended up. So it's like, that's another thing I'm fighting against. Like, she still has that problem, and I'm living here because I have nowhere else to go. It's like, both of my parents have a big problem with my son being upset. And it's like, you can't let a child off the hook. Obviously, don't scream at them, and don't like, we're not back in the 1800s where you don't know it, let me beat you with a stick. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm sorry, you getting upset that you don't know it doesn't mean you don't have to learn it, and so it's just very taxing. It's very taxing. It's very mentally draining, and it takes up most of my day. It takes up from 6 a.m. in the morning to about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's like, I'm a dad. I'm obviously, I'm teaching my son school. If you hadn't figured out I'm a dad, either I didn't give you enough information or, man, you are. So, yeah, obviously, I'm teaching my son how to be a decent person, and that's difficult. It's very difficult because some of the lessons about acceptance and inclusiveness and what's okay and what's actually right versus what's wrong are being stepped on quite heavily. My parents are quite religious and anti-gay and homophobic. I'm trying to teach him that, like, love is love, and that it's okay that daddy will end up with a man instead of a woman, and that will happen. And like, my parents are actively trying to teach him the whole one man, one woman thing, and all this other stuff, and it's like there's nowhere else for me to go. There's nowhere else for me to be. I've got no friends. I've got no other family that would take me in. I've got nothing. It makes it very discouraging. This isn't... I didn't make this video to kind of gripe. I know it seems like I am, but like, I didn't make it to be like, oh, woe is me, oh, this is terrible. It's just... it's that motivation thing, man. It's just... it's hard to stay motivated as a parent. It's hard to stay motivated with my life and my goals, school, and everything I'm trying to do when it seems like everything I do, everything I try to achieve is just cut out from under me. Like, well, hello. I guess, like, also when it comes to like my career and like trying to make videos, like, at the camera, aren't you? Like, I have to use my dad's computer. I don't have one of my own. And every time something goes wrong with it, he asks me what I did to it. Like, somehow I sabotaged him. And like, he's on it constantly, so I have to kind of like buy time. Not that I have a lot of time anyway, so it's like, I have to work around his schedule, not my schedule. It's very hard anyway. Like, everyone thinks, oh, being a content creator is so easy. The butt it is. The butts it's easy. You have to actually make the content. You have to edit the content. You have to network. You have to put it on social media. It's so far from easy that it's... saying it's easy is a slap in the face to every content creator there ever has been. It's not easy. What it is worth it if you can put in the work. If you can stay motivated to do it. Like, that's the thing. Like, YouTube, it's a marathon. If you endure to the end, you'll make it. Okay, baby. But it's just staying to the end. Like, that's really hard. Especially when you feel like you don't have any control over your content whatsoever, how it's made, time that's spent put into it. Like, you can't set your own hours. You can't do anything of that. It's just, and you're constantly, like, if you're doing a vlog, like, how would you like it if you were recording something very personal and a person that opposed your belief on it walked in and got on you for making the video? Or if you were just trying to film something, like, even if they didn't disagree with it, the fact that you were maybe in the middle of the best shot you had gotten so far, and they just opened the door and walked down, and boom, your shot's ruined. It's discouraging. It really is.